Today is the day. Champions League is finally back, and that means I'm bringing you my Champions League group stage predictions. If you guys were unaware, I'm a Dortmund fan, and Dortmund were in the Europa League last year.
Able to find Milner. Milner's cross, lifted back post, and it's in!
It didn't end well. But this year is a new year! Finishing second in the Bundesliga, getting that Champions League bid, and falling into Group F with Real Madrid, Sporting CP, and Legia. In Group A, we've got Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, Basel, and Ludogorets competing to advance. Now, it's pretty obvious in my opinion the two teams that are going to advance. However, Arsenal haven't really picked up anyone by Xhaka over this summer transfer window and haven't filled in those positions that they really need somebody to replace. Giroud at striker not only is inconsistent, but isn't even that world class when he's performing well. With that being said, I don't think that Arsenal are going to have what it takes to overcome Paris Saint-Germain in the group. However, I don't think they'll have much trouble beating Basel and Ludogorets to take that second spot and send them into the knockout stages. Group B is possibly the least talented group of the Champions League this year in competition with Group G. However, Benfica, Napoli, Dynamo, and Besiktas will probably be pretty evenly matched. In my opinion, I think Napoli is going to take that first spot in this group. Despite losing Higuain to Juventus over the transfer window, him being their best player by far last year, they've still got the likes of Insigne to pull them forward in this group. And I think that Benfica will take the number 2 spot, Besiktas getting transferred into the Europa League, and Dynamo getting kicked out. Group C, contrary to Group B, is probably the most talented group in Champions League this year, with Barcelona, Manchester City, Mönchengladbach, and Celtic being the weaker team. It's still really good. Barcelona could arguably win the Champions League this year. I guess you could make that argument any year. But Manchester City, with a great squad right now, Pep Guardiola and a lot of new transfers coming in this summer, give them a good opportunity to win this group. However, since it's such a new team, such a new manager, I don't think they're going to have what it takes to beat Luis Enrique, Messi, Neymar, Suarez, and the Barcelona starting 11 in Group C. That's why I've went with Barcelona winning the group, Manchester City taking second, Mönchengladbach in third, and Celtic in fourth. The only reason Man City is not going to take Barcelona is because I think that Barcelona and Man City might come up with a draw, but I think Man City might also draw it with Mönchengladbach as well. So it will be a really close group, and Man City still has potential to take that spot from Barcelona if they really perform well against both Barca and Mönchengladbach. I just don't see it happening. Group D is another great group to look at, with Bayern, Atletico, PSV, and Rostov being the weaker team. I think Bayern is the super squad of this group, and they're going to take that first place finish. Atletico getting that second spot into the knockout stages of the Champions League, while PSV takes that Europa League third place spot. Rostov getting eliminated in fourth place. Atletico, despite being known for their upsets in Champions League, I don't think we'll see much of that until the knockout stages. I think we're going to do what they expect, come in second, you know, how they normally do, and then they'll take big teams out, maybe Bayern, maybe Barca, maybe Real, in the knockout stages in games to come after the group stage. Group E is a really competitive group, with the likes of Moskva, Leverkusen, Tottenham, and Monaco. Those teams are all really evenly matched. In my opinion, Moskva from the Russian league is going to be the weaker team in this group, taking the 4th place finish and getting eliminated. But Leverkusen, Tottenham, and Monaco are nearly dead even. However, in my opinion, I think that Leverkusen is going to take that 1st place finish in this group, advancing into the knockout stages of Champions League. Monaco, you could consider this an upset over Tottenham, but I think that they'll take the 2nd place finish in the group, while Tottenham, again, being sent into the Europa Leagues for the 2nd year in a row. My favorite group is Group F for obvious reasons, Borussia Dortmund. To go along with them, they've got Real Madrid, Sporting CP, and Legia, and Real Madrid is the favorite super club to win this group, most definitely. However, with Real Madrid struggling against Bundesliga teams in Champions League in the past few years, and Dortmund having a great summer transfer windows despite losing Hummels, picking up Schürrle, Bartra, Gutza, and several others, I think Dortmund will be able to give them a run for their money and even beat them in the Signal Iduna Park, yet losing to Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu. Overall, I think Real Madrid will still be able to pull off that number 1 spot in the group, Dortmund getting second and Sporting CP taking the Europa League spot. But you can't leave out Sporting CP. They do have a chance of advancing in this group over Dortmund or Real Madrid, because if Sporting CP is able to pull off a win against Dortmund or Real Madrid, they definitely have a good chance. Sporting CPS Lamani, and coming off of a great year in the Portuguese league, finishing second and only like 2 points behind first, who came Benfica. I think Sporting CP will still get third in the Europa League, but could give Dortmund or Real Madrid a run for their money. Group G is probably the least talented, as I said before, competing with Group B for the least talented group in Champions League, but we've still got Leicester and Porto in the group. Leicester coming off a great year in the BPL, yet probably going to fall off this year in the BPL and in the Champions League, going back to average, and probably not even winning this group over Porto, who is consistently at the top of the Portuguese league, and also consistently competing in Champions League games. They're experienced in the Champions League, while Leicester is brand new to this. Club Brugge, coming from the Belgian league, and Copenhagen, coming from the Danish league, probably won't be able to compete with Leicester or Porto, even though Leicester and Porto would be considered the weaker teams in most of the other groups. I think it'll be Leicester in second, Porto in first, Club Brugge coming in third and taking the Europa League spot, and Copenhagen in fourth, getting knocked out. Group H to finish it off, we've got Juventus, Sevilla, Lyon, and Dynamo Zagreb. Dynamo Zagreb are obviously the lesser-known team in this group, and obviously the weaker team as well. Juventus is the powerhouse from the Serie A, who is likely to win this group, but the challenge comes in between. Who's going to take that second place spot in Group H? Is it going to be Sevilla, or is it going to be Lyon from the Ligue 1? Personally, I think it'll be Lyon going to the second spot and getting advanced into the Champions League. Sevilla are more accustomed to playing in these kinds of games, like the Champions League and especially the Europa League, but I think they got to go for the 4 in a row in the Europa League this year by getting that third spot in the group, getting the Europa League bid, and taking the Europa League for 4 years in a row. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to slap a like. Let's go for 114 likes on this video. I don't know why 114, but that would be pretty cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below on who's going to win each group if you disagreed with me. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the Elite Suite, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out!